Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin and I like to film eyeshadow palette ranking and review videos, as well as the occasional other beauty content sprinkled in. So if any of those things sound interesting to you, I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button because I post 2 videos every single week. And for those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again. And I am so excited for today. So I mentioned this in my last video, but if you did not watch that video, you should after you're done watching this video. But I did a first impressions review of the Halloween palette, which was the eyeshadow palette collab between Shroud Cosmetics and Baddie Bean. And like I said, linked on my channel, or not linked on my channel, posted on my channel. It's on my channel, basically. But anyways, I mentioned in that video that I got that palette and the Lightwork Volume 4 palette from Danessa Myricks on the same day. I posted on TikTok and Instagram and said, which should I film with first? And the Halloween palette won by like 5 votes, but it did technically win. So that's the one that I filmed with first. That's the first video I posted. So now it's time to film with this one, and I am so excited to film with this palette. Do you see how beautiful it is? Oh my gosh. And then if you're, I don't know if I've said it as much on YouTube, but on Instagram, every time I use Danessa Myricks Infinite Chrome Flakes, these little gel flakes that are in the little pots, every time I use those, I talk about how they're the most amazing makeup product ever. They're some of my favorites. I think I've used them in a few like looks that I've done where I filmed ranking videos. Anyways, long story short, I was so excited because this has pressed chrome flakes. And I was so excited that I swatched those 2 shades before I started filming this video. So that's what's on the back of my hand, are the 2 pressed chrome flakes. Now it's so weird because they're like so dry. Like they are so dry to the touch that it feels so strange. But then when you put them on your hand, they're similar to her gel chrome flakes. Well, I think these are just the infinite chrome flakes, but they're in like a gel mixture. So this is the shade Starburst. I will swatch this shade just so you can get a good comparison in case you're somebody that has her gel chrome flakes and are curious how these are different. So like I said, this is the shade Starburst. And I saw other reviewers saying like, oh, it's like so like patchy and it doesn't swatch. Like these aren't meant, the flakes aren't meant to be opaque. They're truly just meant to be like flecks of sparkle on the eye. It's definitely more editorial, so if that's not your jam, then that's just something to know. I did have to, like these initially applied similarly, these 2, but I did press them in a bit more and then I got more opacity with them. But I really love the gel flakes, or like the infinite chrome flakes in the pots. I love those with like a graphic liner look, and then I just have the occasional like flake that when you hit the eye it creates like this different look. Anyways, long story short, I think these 2 swatched well. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to take these off. Now with the chrome flakes, I have the same issue as I'm having with these, in that the sparkle does not go away. It's just all over my hand. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just stuck forever. Okay, so anyway, so I had swatched, so the 2 shades that I had swatched were Heaven and Paradise, which are these middle 2 shades. I'm not going to swatch all of these. I'll post swatches of the palette on my Instagram. I've started doing like actual posts like to my feed versus keeping them in my story, so they're a little bit easier to find. But anyways, I'm so torn on what I want to do. Technically, there's an ASU game tonight, so I sort of feel like I need to go in with like the gold shades. I don't know. Oh, I just like went right into this, didn't I? I just was like, listen, I'm excited. Let's talk about this palette. So yeah, okay. We're gonna do a look with the Lightwork Volume 4 palette. I will be wearing it, let me see, I won't be wearing it that long tonight, so I will probably be using this again between now and editing. So if I have any like thoughts on longevity, I'll put a pinned comment to just kind of share those thoughts. That was my main issue with the Lightwork Volume 3, was that they just did not last on my eye. I got like creasing, fading faster than I felt like I do with other eyeshadow palettes, so I want to really test that out. But this is mainly a first impressions. I have used one of the aqua chromes. I used the shade Aura. Didn't have really any issues with fading on that one, but it is like an aqua like liner, or I used it as like a graphic liner. But anyways, it's an water activated thing, so it's a little bit different. Anyways, didn't have longevity issues with that one shade. I wore that all day yesterday, but I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just so excited about this palette. So anyways, if you want to see me do a look with this palette, hear my first impressions, thoughts, then let's just go ahead and get on into it. I again don't think I asked anybody to like this video or subscribe, so you should do that if you're interested. Okay, so getting back into what I was talking about, this video is so chaotic. But anyways, getting back into what I was talking about, multiple formulas. That's what I love that Danessa does. She gives us different types of formulas and mixes it up, and honestly, I love me a good like editorial look now and then, so I just really love her stuff. But I talked about the aquachromes, didn't have issue with that, and then we talked about the pressed chrome flakes. So those are the four. So the aquachromes are here and here, and then the pressed chrome flakes are in the middle. So then she has these two glass metallics, which are the shade Divinity and Angels. All right, and my hand is still like sparkly, but so this is Divinity. Yeah, that's what I wondered, if you can, like, if you're gonna shear these out and they're just gonna be like sparkle. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and then this is Angels. That's like an icy white one. But then when you kind of like shear it out, you can like shear it out so that it just gives like a wet metallic look to the lid. I love it. So that's that. Like I said, I'm not going to swatch every shade. I just was curious about that. So then the rest of the shades in here are velvet chromes. And I am wearing ASU clothes because there's an ASU game tonight. But I don't know if I really want to go like the reddish gold route. You know? Like I feel like I want to do something different. Let's look at Trippy. Oh, that feels so nice. That literally feels like velvet. That's an appropriate name. Okay, and then Nirvana. This was the shade my husband liked the best when I showed this to him. Okay, so I'm going to do Trippy. I don't even know if that's going to capture the shift on camera. I could probably turn the lights down and be more likely to. So that's Trippy, and then this is Nirvana. Oh my gosh, these are stunning. Okay, listen, even if you don't want the aquachromes or the pressed chrome flakes, you have 10 other shades that are like, well, okay, you have 8 shades that are this formula. I don't know, y'all. I'm feeling like this might be worth it. I don't even know, like, where is the... I literally just put Milk Ungrip, Hydro Ungrip on my thing, and it's not coming off. Okay, so... I just feel like if I go for, like, a blue look, it's not going to match. Okay, so... What do I want to do? Okay, so I think I am gonna pull in the pressed chrome flakes in Paradise just to see if how I can get that to look on the eye. I want to try and use like one shade of each formula. So I think I am gonna go in with Divinity. That's the glass metallic. I'm gonna find a way to work that in. Pressed chrome flakes in Paradise. I'm gonna find a way to work that in. Trippy Velvet Chrome I'm definitely going to use. I'll probably try and use Nirvana as well. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull out my Hallow Bean palette because I am going to grab some of the mattes from this palette. I think I'm just going to use Losers Club. I cannot not have a matte like in my crease. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's see. What crease brush do I want to use? I'm going to use this Beetlejuice brush. Oh my gosh, Beetlejuice brush from Melt. It's a fluffy brush. Okay, and I'm just going to take the shade Losers Club, which is this like burnt terracotta-y shade. And I'm trying to make that as sheer as possible because I really just want depth in my crease, but I don't want this to be like the standout. I love purple eyeshadow, so the fact that I'm not using these purples is killing me on the inside. And the aqua chromes are like one's blue, shifts purple, and the other's like like purple. Like one's a blurple, one's a purple. So I'm like, I guess I am gonna work that in. I don't know how. I mean, I have used that shade, so maybe that's the shade I skip because I can give you my thoughts on it. Maybe I'll just swatch it. I don't know. I just don't think it'll go with the look I'm going for. Okay, it's a little bit more intense on the one side, so I'll deepen this side up a little bit just to get them to match. And to be honest, you don't have to put a matte in the crease if that's not something you want to do. There's no like rules. I don't think there's rules to makeup. It's whatever you want, but I personally prefer having a matte in my crease. Okay, and I should have mentioned I already primed my lids with the About Face Beauty Shadow Fix Primer. That's what I've been using lately, and it's been nice. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna put, I don't know. We're just gonna play. That's what I've just mentally decided. I'm just gonna play with this, and if it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good. It's really not the end of the world. So what I'm going to do is take like a little like bullet brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk, I don't know. Oh, detailed blending brush. I don't know about blend. It's like very densely packed and short, so I don't know if it's really blending anything. But I'm going to take the shade Nirvana, and I am going to, oh my gosh. Oh, that's stunning. I have such a hard time with multi-chrome palettes because I feel like really what you're gonna do is probably just put one of these like on your lid and call it a day. Like that, like I could very easily just put that all over my lid and just be done with it. Like that's so pretty. But I'm trying to try more shades for you all. I don't mean to be blaming you, but I feel pressure. These feel so good. Like they're so soft. And it's really, I should have said, I didn't even spray my brush. I just like fluffed this onto my lid. I think already I can tell that this is obviously, I mean, she didn't call the ones from the Lightwork Volume 3 Velvet Chromes, but these are definitely different than that. Oh, another caveat I should explain, I don't have like indie single multi-chrome shadows. So I know a lot of feedback on these palettes from people is like, I already have single multi-chrome, so I don't really need it. Totally get it. I don't have indie single multi-chrome, so this is how I get my multi-chromes, and so far I'm happy. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I'm trying to create like a diagonal, just like blending that extra that's left on the brush, although I used all of it, so now I'm going to take extra over here. Because what I'm thinking is now I'll go in with Paradise. I'm going to use my finger, but I will say when I use the gel chrome flakes, I don't like to use my finger. I normally use like one of those little spatula-y things. Where is it? It's like one of those like silicone tip things that you can like, that's what I normally use. So it's like a finger cut, but this I feel like won't pick up on that. Maybe let's try and pick it up on a brush to see if this pressed chrome flake even picks up on a brush. I don't think it will. Oh, you can tell I used this brush actually for the gel chrome flakes because there's still some on it. I am in desperate need of cleaning my makeup brushes. Okay, anyways, this is a Real Techniques collab with Victoria Lynn. This is the 041 brush. If I go into Paradise, I mean like a little bit picks up. But see, it's just going to be like flecks of sparkle. I don't think a brush is the move on these shades. I really think you're going to want to go in with a finger, but let me tell you, it feels so weird on the finger. But yeah, that's how it picks up on the finger. So it's like truly like flecks. Like it's flakes. Like it's pressed flakes. They're just going to be flaky. They're flakes. Take a shot every time I say the word flakes. I don't know if I love this color combo. Okay, I really dug in that time and I feel like I got more flakes. Yeah, see, it's like you can build them up to be opaque, but they're still flaky. Like it's still a flaky texture. Let me try and use the brush now and see if I can use that to help like blend that out a little bit more. Redistribute the flakes. Part of why I love the Infinite Chrome Flakes like in the pot is because I love that you can shear them out and get like a little bit of sparkle, or you can really pack them on and create like a lot of texture. I don't know that I love the pressed chrome flakes as much as I love the Infinite Chrome Flakes, but it's just, it is different. I will say that. They're not the same. Like, so don't, if you're somebody who really likes the gel Chrome Flakes and like wanted this because you thought the pressed Chrome Flakes were going to be like a dry version of that same thing, it's like they're not the same. They're similar in concept, but the gel Chrome Flakes I would argue are much better. I really dug in my finger this time, so let's see how it goes on this lid. Like, do you see, okay, so do you see how it creates the texture if you like really build it up? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can definitely get it to be really built up and intense, but you can also kind of shear them out so it's just like flecks. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's how I like to use the gel Chrome Flakes. Okay, so that's that. My finger is so messy, and you do have to put like pressure to like pick that up on your finger. Like, I had to like push, but it is like for sure it's creating texture on your lid. Like, the flakes are going to be flaky, they're going to look flaky, they're not going to look like a smooth velvet like the other shades. Okay, so now what I kind of want to do is work the gold in, like, so that glass metallic. I'm going to try and use that on this Morphe brush, or not Morphe, Melt Cosmetics Sobra Plania brush. This is from the Amori Mariposas collection. I'm going to take that glass metallic in Divinity, and I'm just putting that on the tip of the brush. And this is dry application. I'm not spraying my brush with Fix Plus. And see, you can, oh, that's really pretty. Sorry, got distracted for a second. Okay. I like this. Okay, this is just like sparkle everywhere. There's not really a rhyme or reason to this look, so I hope you're not looking for one, but I just wanted to try out some of the different shades. Like I said, so far this feels much better than the formulas for me in the Lightwork Volume 3 palette. They were very much like a gel, and that's what creased on my lid because I think they were like creamy in this gel, and so I have oily lids, and so it did not work out for me. So anyways, I'm going to take that same melt brush we used earlier, and I'm just going to blend. So I mean, that's pretty much the look. It's just like a bunch of different textures on my eyes. Part of me is like, do I just want to slap some more on here, see what we can get going? Do I want to do that? I don't know what to add. Let's maybe try one of these green velvet chromes on the lower lash line. I think that'll add a fun pop of color, and I just want to see how the velvet chromes perform on the lower lash line. So far, I'm impressed. Yeah, I will definitely say that the pressed chrome flake, I liked the Infinite Chrome Flakes in the gel better. This one also has a darker base, so I wonder if I did it over like a dark base, that would have looked different. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'll be right back and show you putting some of that on the lower lab, whatever. Anyways, I'll be right back. So I put on the Cali Ray blurring primer, and when I tell you all that is actually blurring, I love it. And then I did the new Haus Labs foundation, the powder, Haus Labs bronzer in light level 3. I used my Pat McGrath Bridgerton blush trio, my Kaleidos Makeup Star Surfer highlight. Lipstick is CREAM from Milk Makeup. Lip gloss is Aura from Lunar Beauty. And then, I added the About Face eyeliner in Devil's Diary to the lower lash line and waterline and just kind of smoke that out. So yeah, that's what I did. Okay, so now what I want to do is take this Sonia Kashuk brush. This is a petite smudge brush, and I think I'm going to take Nirvana, but I'm just going to put that on the like outer part so we could blend this all together. Okay, so I think that looked good. And then I'm gonna clean that same brush off. And then I think I'm gonna go in with Zen, or do I wanna go Trippy? I think I'm gonna go Trippy then Zen. So Trippy, because Trippy shifts from like pink to green. So I think that'll be a nice like blend, and it kind of matches the chrome flake up top a little bit. It's a little bit more pink, whereas the chrome flake's a little bit more purple. Sorry if you can hear my dog's nails on the wood floor. Also sorry that I'm probably blocking my face. Okay, and then I'm gonna put Zen like in the inner corner for like the pop of green. The Velvet Chrome so far don't look bad on the lower lash line. I'm not like a big fan of shimmers on my lower lash line, but I don't think these are like creating like a crazy amount of texture or, you know, making anything look like bad. Okay, and then let's see, I'm gonna take this fluffy melt brush and I'm just gonna lightly swipe that so that I can just get a little bit of a blend. I really like that combo. Oh my gosh, something just went in my eye. I really like that combo of like Zen to Trippy to Nirvana. That looks really pretty, the way that like progresses on the lower lash line. I like that a lot. Okay, let me take a brush for the inner corner and go in with Divinity, that glass metallic. Now the glass metallic is for sure more of like a sheer like formula compared to the, it's like a sheer topper formula compared to the Velvet Chromes. I am still a fan. Okay, so that's basically the eye look. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do mascara, lashes, and then I'll come back, give you the final look, and then I'll also compare this to the Lightwork Volume 3. I don't know what her Lightwork Volume 1 or 2 looked like. I wasn't aware of Danessa Myricks when those two launched. The first time I had heard of her was when, no, it wasn't when the Lightwork Volume 3. It was earlier that same year, because that's why I was like, oh, I'm buying that palette. Anyways, I'll do comparisons just to show you. Yeah, okay, be right back. Okay, here's the finished look. I have no idea what lashes these are. If I remember correctly, they're in the box for the Lily Lashes Light Mink Royalty Lashes, but I think I had used those, and these were lashes that I lost the box or my dogs chewed the box, and so I just put them in there. So I don't know what lashes these are, if we're being totally honest. But anyways, this is the finished look. I should have mentioned I have the insert name here, extensions in extra inches in. But yeah, anyways, finished look. I did go back in with the pressed chrome flakes and I pressed more, and so to get like a little bit more opacity, but if you look, you can see more of the like flaky texture that they give. Okay, but anyways, I'm actually really happy with how this look turned out. I think with the gold and the purple, it's fun. I'm not a huge fan of shimmers in my outer corner, so like I don't love that, but I did that mainly to showcase more of the shades and more of the finishes and things like that. So like if I wasn't doing a review video of this palette, I would not have put that shade out there. I would have had a matte out there. But anyways, overall thoughts. So, well, I should say overall first impressions thoughts, because like I said, I don't know how this is going to wear on my lid. I still think, even though I was able to get this like a little bit more, and as a tip, what I found is like you swirl your finger in there and then you press, like kind of like a rolling, like when you get your fingerprints done, if you've ever done that. I used to like do CNA classes. That's why I had my fingerprint clearance card, not for like jail. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but anyways, that's why I know what it's like to have your fingerprints done. But anyways, like I did like that like rolling pressing motion. So yeah, so I felt like that worked better with that, and I was able to get more opacity doing it that way. When I used the Aqua Chrome, I sprayed Fix Plus into the shade, and I swirled my brush. It's not in this look, it's when I did it yesterday, but anyways, I swirled my brush and then I swatched it on the back of my hand, and it was really sheer because it was too watery, so I kind of kept swirling and getting more product mixed in with like the spray until it got to the point of a good like opacity and consistency that I liked. You can also just do water droplets. I didn't have water readily available, that's why I just sprayed Fix Plus in there. But on Danessa's website, it says to do 3 drops of water. So there you go. So that's that. I absolutely love these glass metallics. I think don't go into them thinking they're going to be like this opaque shimmer. I really think they're more meant to be like a topper that's just putting sparkle all over your lid. So if that's something you're interested in, I think the shade Divinity I think looks really good. And it does have, like, you can see it's gold, right? Like on my lid. So it is opaque. It's just not like, it's not the same as like the Velvet Chromes, if that makes sense. So yeah, really like that. Velvet Chromes are definitely far and away the winner for me so far. We'll see how everything wears, like I said, but I really like the Velvet Chromes. I think they're so beautiful. I feel like I'm like depriving you if I don't at least swatch some of the really colorful Velvet Chrome shades. So I'm going for, I think I'm swatching every single one that I didn't use. Well, no, I'm just going to swatch these 4. So I have Trance, Sixth Sense, which is actually blue. Like when I look at it this way, it's like a blue purple, and then up here it's like green. And then this is Out of Body, which is like a green teal shift. And then this is Escapism, which is like a beetle yellow green type of look. So let's swatch them on the back of my hand. So again, this is Trance. Like, do you see that? Okay, I hope you do. And then what did I say? I don't even remember what this. Okay, Sixth Sense. I'm just gonna keep that open. Sixth Sense. Out of Body. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. Okay, and then Escapism. You see that? I could keep going. Like, look at my fingers. I could actually keep it going. But okay. So, yeah, I am really happy with this purchase as of right now. Like I said, I still want to test longevity. This was just a first impressions. I have just swatched these. I haven't actually put them on my eyelids, so I don't 100% know, you know, like performance-wise, all of that. But I mean, the Velvet Chrome formula worked the easiest for this eye look, so I don't have any concerns. I didn't have any issues using the Aqua Chrome in the shade Aura yesterday, and didn't have any issues with longevity on that shade. And then the pressed chrome flakes, I've only used Paradise so far, but again, like I said, I prefer the Infinite Chrome Flakes in the like gel consistency. I think they're easier to use. They still have that same, like, they're still called flakes, so it's still a flaky texture, but I just think they're a little bit easier to use than the pressed version, but I was able to get it to work for me. So anywho, if you've never seen the Lightwork Volume 3, this is what it looks like. I do appreciate the fact that these are the exact same size. I don't know, something about brands being consistent with packaging, it just like does something for my brain. So this is what this palette looks like for me. As you can see, I have pan, like actual pan in one of these shades. Like, I loved this palette, so I still love it. But okay, so these 4 shades in the middle are colorful highlighters, similar to the new Blend Bunny Noctilucent. These are similar. My palette's really messy, sorry. But anyway, so that's the formula you have. And then you have Black Hole, which is like a cream shadow. And then, I don't see, so this is, so it says 14 out of this world galactical shades, holographic powders, duochrome gels, pressed glitter, powder creams, and multi-chrome pigment. So this is the powder cream Black Hole down here. For me personally, like, I just would have rather not, like, the black shade I will say does help the gels like stay. So you know, I was starting to say that I don't think you need like a matte, like an obligatory matte shade. If you're gonna do like a shimmer palette that's like a special shimmer palette, like just go for it, like kind of how she did the new one. There's no mattes in there, like just go full force, and then I'll combine it with my mattes. But I will say that the shade Black Hole I have found is the best way to get longevity out of some of the multi-chromes if you put them over the top. But anyways, the holographic powders I believe are the highlights in the middle, and then the pressed glitter is the shade Orion. I don't do pressed glitter, so I've never tried that. And then you have multi-chrome pigments and the duochrome gels. So the gels are so pretty, but that's really where I struggle with longevity. So one of them is Polaris. One of them, I don't know why I'm showing you this palette, you can't even buy it anymore. One of them is Spacesuit. And then I think those are the 2 gels. I think the other shades are just the multi-chrome pigments, which do have better longevity, but it's still not the best. But anyways, I wanted to show Polaris because I think Polaris is going to be similar to the pressed Chrome Flake in the new palette. And then that's Spacesuit. But okay, so let me, and I did ask somebody who, I forget who it was on Instagram that was utilizing this palette. And I'm like, how do you get it to last on your eyes? And they said that they just are cautious about where they place the gel shade. So they'll kind of put it like above their crease, and then they don't have as much of the fading and longevity issues. So anyways, I think that's smart. But I'm going to go back into the shade, the pressed Chrome Flake shade in Heaven. This is like such a weird feeling. And I'm going to swatch it. Yeah, Heaven is basically Polaris, but in a pressed flake formula. They are very similar. So that's cool. I think that's nice because I really liked Polaris. I just struggled with it. And I think if this is anything like the gel Chrome Flakes, I don't have any issues with longevity with those. So I think that should be fine. I don't know if this shade Spacesuit is really similar to anything in the palette. Let's look at the other palette. I'm going to hold them up next to each other. You can tell which one's new and which one is used. No, like, so some of the shades, like, depending on how I hold it, they look similar, but then, like, at the end of the day, they shift different. So I don't even think there's really anything. I'm going to do Trippy and Aurora. I feel like those might be similar. Aurora is one of the but yeah, see, Trippy's like, I don't know what it's reflecting. What I see is, this one's a little bit more like reddish pink, and this one's more purple. So let me go Trippy and Aurora right next to it. Aurora's right in the middle. So you see it kind of is, this one's more red, this one's more purple. Aurora is probably similar to the Paradise Chrome Flake. Let me see. Let's go back into Paradise a little bit. Listen, if you have like a weird thing about textures, I don't know if you'll love the pressed Chrome Flakes. It's definitely a weird sensation when you touch them. Okay, so that's that pressed Chrome Flake in Paradise is very similar to the shade Aurora as far as like shifts and looks. So I would say that those are going to be your two similar shades from the Lightwork Volume 3. If you had the original, I know she relaunched the Experience. I don't know if those shades are in the, I don't know, I remember which shades are in the like relaunched version. Anyways, those shades are similar, but different textures and different formulas. So I don't know, maybe they would combine nicely, like maybe putting the pressed Chrome Flake in the shade Paradise over Aurora would look really nice. I don't know. But anyways, that's really it. As far as like the comparisons go, I am really happy to have this palette. Like I said earlier, I'm excited to keep playing with it. I think you'll be seeing a lot of this in my rankings. I'll probably be pulling it in to other looks that I'm doing, just because I think these special shades are special and they, you know, can enhance the look. One thing I forgot to mention is that it does come, like, so when you're looking at this, you don't necessarily know what shades are what. It does come with a plastic insert that tells you, oh my God. It comes with a plastic insert that tells you like what formula is what. So if you didn't know, like, this is how the palette comes, so that you know which shade is what. I don't know if the other one came like that and I just tossed it. I'm gonna keep it on this one because I feel like it's helpful. But anyways, yeah, that's it for me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the final look. I'm like scattered. My dinner's here, so I'm just trying to get out of here as fast as possible. But anyways, let me know what you thought about this look in the comments down below. Let me know what is on my face. I have like a black smudge, and you all did not tell me that I had a black smudge on my face this whole time. What even is that? To be honest, it's probably a Chrome Flake that has a black base to it. Okay, anyways. This video is a hot mess, but let me know what you think about this look down in the comments down below. Let me know if you want me to continue to play with this palette, if you want to see more looks with it, if you want to, you know, just have me combine it with some of my other palettes just to see how it can enhance some palettes that you may already have. I am happy to do all of those things. I'm happy to pair it with my Danessa Myricks color fixes. If you want a dedicated Danessa Myricks video, I can also do that. I have said this before and I'll say it again. I'm a people pleaser. Let me know what you want to see in the comments. Anyways, I hope you all had a good time watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye!